Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I've got 6 altcoins that I'm looking at potentially buying on the dip if we can start to see some confirmation of Bitcoin making a recovery. So first of all, let's take a look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts. Obviously not the best last couple months. We've fallen back down into this very significant support zone here. That's been tested many times in the past. And I have seen this shift in momentum potentially to the upside here, but that is not confirmation of anything. In fact, we have also seen this death cross here, which the 200-day moving average, when the 50-day moving average crosses down the 200-day. Last time that happened, we saw a pretty significant decrease in the price of around 20%. So, potentially that could happen again. What I do like about the Bitcoin chart is obviously the very heavily tested 40K zone. And I also kind of like that it's dropped below this low here. And that can sometimes act as like a bear trap. And once people start to buy on the dip, you can stop some of like the people who have taken up short positions. You can stop some of them out, and then you can start to see a pretty nice recovery there. So kind of mixed signs on Bitcoin, to be honest, but it's definitely reactionary at this point. If it breaks down like this 39,000 level here, like if we were to see it just come down there, I don't know why it's this color, that's kind of gross, but if it were to break down that level, the second that were to happen, I would say it's probably going right there, or maybe it would be a bear trap, and we'd see a recovery. But I would say as long as this zone holds, we should be able to maybe not make a full recovery, but at least a bounce back, probably up into the 50,000 zone again. Um, Looking at Ethereum, we have a similar support zone here. Not as strong, not as well tested, but still very significant. And same story, really. If it starts to break down that support zone, I would start to get worried that we could be entering a more bear market. But at this point, if the support zone holds, we can probably see some significant recovery in Ethereum. But obviously, if Ethereum and Bitcoin were to recover, Ethereum would see the favorite toolbar's in the way. Ethereum could see a 50% recovery, and Bitcoin would see about, I think pretty similar. Yeah, 58% recovery for Bitcoin. But obviously, playing altcoins would be a lot more volatile, and that's what I'm trying to do here. So the first one that I've got is Cocos. Very nice support zone here that they've kind of fallen down into, and I kind of see this pattern in these altcoins that get pumped. Cocos obviously got moon rocketed right there, and then almost right away everyone sold their coins, and it just plummeted back down into the support zone. And what often happens, I'll use Doge as an example here. What often happens is after something like a huge move, like this one in Doge, it'll deteriorate for a while, and then you'll see like these random, just large spikes. Like you would think Doge would be like dead at this point, but then you see just like a random 100% spike, and that's what I'm kind of looking for to happen in Cocos out of this support zone. Is just like a quick spike. It doesn't have to be that big, maybe like 50 to 100% out of the support zone. And I think that could potentially happen like after the coin has deteriorated so much. Next one's going to be DOT. Not like a super strong support zone here on DOT, but I do like how the VWAP from the initial listing point on Binance, they've come down to retest that pretty solidly, and there's also some decent potential upside going up to the all-time highs, which is again what the goal is if Bitcoin and Ethereum were to recover. Now, if they weren't to recover, this could be a potential short if it presented itself as a short. If it broke down like this low here, that could potentially be a short signal as well. Next one's going to be SHIB, and this one's pretty much the exact same setup as Cocos. We have this significant level here. Let me actually draw out a volume profile for you guys. If you look at the volume profile, you can see obviously down here would be the highest node, but up here we have a really significant amount of volume coming in, and that tells us that this level is very significant. And if we can, continue to see these, the price continue to reverse up into the 50-day moving average potentially, I think we could see, again, the same as Doge, just like a quick spike before, potentially continuing to deteriorate at the least. And those spikes can like come out of nowhere. So I'm just kind of hoping to catch maybe some of those as they happen. Next one's going to be LPT. I mean, not really much to say here. It's just another support zone, a coin that got hyped up a lot and then deteriorated. And I think, potentially, if things go well, just see a pretty quick spike that could be potentially, pretty high, very volatile coin, a lot of potential upside, a lot of potential downside. Again, if Bitcoin starts to tank past that low of 39, then LPT would probably do something similar, probably break down below this low, and it could be a potential short, or at least you would definitely want to stay away from it there. And if that were to happen, I'd probably target down here at around 22. Next one's going to be Cardano. Yeah, I mean, it looked dead to me for a while after this deterioration, but then we hit this, obviously very massive support zone. I mean, how many times has this been tested? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then came down to test it for a 7th time. Also breaking out of this downtrend here. As of today, we have printed a candle above that trend line, so that's pretty good as well. That's a good sign. So potentially we could see Cardano make a recovery, and if they were to make a recovery to all-time highs, that would be 125%, which is not too bad to hold on to. Last one's going to be Litecoin, because this one isn't so much of a buy now for me. I would want to wait until it can get into this green zone, because if it gets into this green zone, let me just zoom out for a little. This green zone has been significant since 2018. It's been tested on numerous occasions, and if it were to dip into that zone, I think that it would definitely be an easy dip buy to make a quick, 50 to 100% on that one. So again, those were my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll try to be posting pretty regularly from now on. Be sure to go subscribe on the YouTube if you're watching this on TradingView. You can follow me on TradingView if you're watching this on YouTube. And also be sure to follow the Twitter. And I'll see you guys in the next one.